100,000 stocks in my head. One goal in mind, to try to make you mad money. You can't afford to miss it. Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. Other people want to make friends. I obviously have gotten in that game, but I also want to make you money and save you money and help to keep money. And on a down 170 day, I know, I look to the Rastaman because you need good vibrations. And my job is not just to entertain you, but to educate you. So call me at 1-800-743-CNBC. This get-up will be, let's say, self-fulfilling in a moment. Okay. If you want to understand what's about to happen to this country because of the Federal Reserve, they know nothing! They know nothing! If you want to know what's been roiling the markets, including today, and will continue to steer it up, I've been struggling, trying to figure out a metaphor, trying to figure out what could capture the moment. I think you better listen to Bob Marley, because this time every little thing may not be all right.
Redemption songs. Redemption songs.
Emancipate yourself from... Oh, hey, that's right. Redemption songs. There are three things you need to pick up here, because the man was well ahead of his time. First, Marley says,
have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can...
What was he speaking about there? Obviously, he was speaking about Ben Bernanke! Because Ben Bernanke is nuking the markets and is willing to nuke the economy in order to save it from over-leveraged money managers and housing speculators. Sorry, Countrywide Financial. Let's continue to parse this, because the man has it. He's got the pulse. Second, most people get this line wrong when Marley says,
how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand...
Marley ain't talking Moses. He was concerned with profits with an F, with earnings, and then those profits being destroyed. That's what's happening right now. Very prescient guy, that Bob Marley. I know, I'm surprised that Marley was more concerned about profits than ganja or people's homes. But let's not be too hard on the guy. I mean, his Rastaman record clearly indicates a long history of being more concerned with the forgotten man than about hedge funds. Still, the profits are being killed. And Marley called it way back in 1979. We continue to parse because we are back in school. The third thing, redemptions. The whole song is about redemptions, which is when hedge funds are forced to give money back to their investors. I call it an uprising, like the album. We saw a lot of redemptions this month so far, some in July, but this August has been unbelievable. They could be done for the month. It's the middle of the month. That usually is the date, but after today's action, who knows? I expect a fresh round of the redemptions at the beginning of next month when we get August's results. So what? How does that affect you? And how can you take a guy seriously who's wearing like the Rastaman Vibrations positive look? Well, you know what? I got to get your attention because you got to understand that the redemptions are in control. The fact that people are cashing out of hedge funds left and right here after these funds have taken an enormous loss, I mean a true whipping and beating. Make no mistake, many hedge funds are down 50 to 60%. According to my buddy, pal, friend, colleague James Altucher at TheStreet.com, one of the largest shareholder, director, writer, and chief janitor. Please put some soap in that men's room. Let me tell you the real story of Redemption Song, okay? The real story, and not behind Bob Marley. Oh, my belly full, but I'm not hungry. You're a hedge fund that's down big. What do? Maybe you're one of these quant guys, quant funds. The guys who use incredibly complicated computer programs to come up with tiny differences between different kinds of securities. You know what their mantra is? They buy the cheap one, they sell the dear one, and then, because they don't make that much money on that, they got to borrow enormous sums from brokerages and banks to make these trades meaningful. Well, these clowns, excuse me, there I go again, these quants are down huge. Now, of course, they all told their investors that it was a once-in-a-thousand-year scenario that could wipe them out. The rap on these guys used to be that they're geniuses like Mozart, and I guess you got to be a genius to lose money in a one-in-a-thousand scenario every 7 or 8 years. All right, but back to my point. You're a hedge fund. You're down big. And at the beginning of the month, your investors get to see you're down big. They want out. A lot of money in the hedge fund